Crystal Reports is one of the major tools we use with our program, Small Manufacturing. This software, Crystal Reports, is a very common tool in the industry and is available from many sources. Today we're going to look at how to connect to our data and to utilize the data architect to establish connections to the Crystal Reports. So when you start with Crystal Reports, the main thing we want to look at is we want to install a few things. Install the Crystal Reports on the local workstation, and we also want to install the Crystal driver that's available from Advantage Database Software. Once that's done, that allows you to access the data that's available through the Advantage Database server. Another tool that we'll be utilizing is the Architect, or Data Architect, and this is available for download as well, and we recommend this be loaded on the local workstation that's doing Crystal Reports development, so as to test SQLs or just to look up data and look at data structure. This tool looks like this, and you can see you can have a connection, list the tables, view tables, and to see what kind of the field name correlation to the data is, which is very handy. Sometimes browsing within Crystal doesn't allow you to see the data as well to create a report for that. So we'll utilize this in the connections. And we have another video that talks about establishing a connection, which it uses the connection wizard here to create a connection to an existing data dictionary. We utilize the data dictionary available from Advantage on all of our data, and so that will be available, or we need it to be available for the Crystal Reports. So if you load this Advantage Data Architect on the local workstation that's utilizing the Crystal Reports, then we can go and it will utilize an INI file that stores this information about the connections that are available here. You'll find this ADS INI within the Windows directory on the local hard drive. This stores the connection information, all the different databases that are available, the method that's connecting to the server, and then it gives different information about each connection. So this is the most important thing that we have to do with the Crystal Reports, is this file has to be available on the local workstation within the Windows. That's where Crystal will look for it. So if we sometimes have used Data Architect within the program, then that file is stored in the program directory out on the server, and Crystal Reports will not see it to be able to make the connection to that. So it's important that this should exist on your local workstation as a result of setting up the connections in the Data Architect. So that's a really important boundary building blocks for utilizing Crystal Reports with our small manufacturing software. So to create a connection, we're going to go to New, and we're going to do Log On Off Server, and it gives a tab here for Create New Connection, and we're going to prompt for that, and we're going to go open that up or expand it, and then we're going to go underneath the Advantage for a native driver, and it's going to list our different data choices that are available. And so we're going to go ahead and pick, let's go down here. We'll go pick this GWI one. I'll put in my username and password. And now it's made a connection. You can tell that because it gives a little plug-in or like an extension cord symbol. And you can hit a plus sign in front of it and see the access to all the different tables that are available for that. So now that that's available, then we can start doing a report. But this is a very important step, it's just to create that connection to go from there. All of our reports we've done come preloaded, so if we open up a report that has it has a prior connection, you'll see the option to change that is to set data source location. So a lot of ours, they'll come with this dev-001, and you have the option to change it to to the connection you've just set by highlighting it and picking the update, and now it changes it up above here to your connection. Just make sure if you do use subreports, or if we use subreports, you need to go through this procedure twice. So highlight it under subreports, press the update button again. Once you've completed that, now you can run that report locally in the Crystal Reports and see the data available. This allows you to do it from that standpoint. And then you can actually run the report with the recycling and see values or data within the system. So I'm going to just stop this halfway through here just because I don't want it to run forever. And it can bring up data in that report. So that's the basics of establishing a connection in the Crystal Reports. And if we come back, we can do a new report, and you can utilize the wizard. Actually, I'll go back to the start page and do a wizard report, and it'll prompt you for which connection you'd like to utilize, and from there then you can expand it, select certain tables, or you can also utilize the views which show up as tables. It's not distinguished between those. So go ahead and look at those, make connections, move the tables over, and in our next video we'll go over how to link different tables and make logical connections to them. Thanks.